guys, welcome back to another video. So today we're unboxing some acrylic powders that 876 Chelsea has sent over to me. These are from her new collection from, I'm thinking, a new nude collection. I have not actually looked online to see exactly what collection these are, but I'm thinking they're from a nude collection because they're all like nudes and pinks. So the names of these in order are Nudes, Please, then we have Please Me, Sincerely, then we have Soft Life, and we also have what is called Housewife. I will be swatching all of these, but first we're just going to start off with my prep, and this is just a pop-off method. So if you have never seen me actually do a pop-off method, I do have a full entire video on how I do it. However, you can watch right here and I'll explain exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to lay cuticle oil all over the nails, and you can rub it in. You don't have to put as much as I put, but I just tend to put a lot because my hands are really dry and my skin is going to soak all that up anyway. So then the second thing that we're going to do is right after the oil, we are going to go ahead and put some matte top coat. I use matte top coat. It seems to work better for me than like a glossy top coat or a base coat. So I started using matte top coat a long time ago, and this is just what works for me. The point of doing this is a pop-off method, and this is so when I am done with my full set, I can just pop my nails off right after and I can do another full set. So like I said, if you have never seen what exactly I'm talking about, I do have a full video on how I do my pop-off method. So we are just going to cure that in the lamp for about 30 to 60 seconds, and this is how it's going to come out. So for this video, I'm obviously going to be using 876 Nails monomer to pair with the acrylic powder. So before we jump into doing the actual set, we are going to be swatching all 5 of these acrylic powders that were sent over to me. I just want you guys to see the formula, which is bomb, as I always talk about. The formula is, I wouldn't say that it's different. I just feel like maybe it's a little, I don't know, maybe it is a little bit more improved, but I don't know. I get the same feel from her bubble pink and a few other colors that I already have. I have heard somebody say that it's like a new formula. I don't know if Chelsea put on her website. Again, I have actually not looked at the website to get a thorough understanding of whether or not this is a new formula or not. As you all know, I've been working with the brand already as is. But these are new acrylic powders, and I just haven't gotten around to actually seeing what she put out on her website to describe these powders. So it may actually be a new formula. I will check after this video and put a little header in here to let you all know if it is or if it is not. But regardless of the fact, all of her acrylic powders are pretty decent and really nice to work with. They are definitely beginner friendly and advanced friendly. So for any nail techs looking for a brand to use just starting off that is very affordable and works really well, I would definitely suggest and recommend 876 Nails. I do also have a code for that, of course. All of my codes are linked down in the description box as always. So if you want to look at the end of the video, it will always be there in every single video. But my code for 876 Nails is N2H, and you can save a little bit of money off. Now, I do have these swatches sped up. I usually leave them in real time. However, I wanted to get through the swatches so we could get to the actual nail set that we're doing with one of these acrylic powders. I just wanted to give you all a feel of the new acrylic powders that she has out, and so you guys could see the shades and just how they lay. And I think that these swatches give a pretty good example of what the formula is like, how milky and creamy it is. And y'all know I just love 876, so I always compare them to my top ones that are not polished, chisel, and what's the other one that I usually say? I can't think of it right now, but I have a few that are my faves, but not polish, 876 and chisel are what I typically use in my videos. So I do have a code only for 876 chisel. I get from my local nail supply store. And Not Polish, of course, is a very big brand, so you all should know about it and can just search them up as well. She does have a powder in the swatches today that are very, very similar to a shade called NARS that she also has. That one is called Please Me. I have already swatched it, but it's very, very similar. I feel like NARS is a little more of a deeper peachy color. But anyway, this is what all the swatches look like. We are going to be using the second one in this video right here, or in this picture right here, which is called Nudes Please. And that's what we're going to be using on the set today. So I have already prepped my nails. I've already put my tips on, all of that stuff. So I did that off camera just to save a little bit of time. And we're going right in now, y'all. Y'all know I have not been doing my nails for a very long time. I've only done one set on myself. And that was about 3 weeks or a month ago. I do have a video for those nails that I did. I will link it above right here. And I just recently, this same day that I made this video, I actually remove them with a Melody Susie drill that I got. So I have another video coming up after this one that I have to edit, and it's an unboxing of this new Melody Susie drill that they got, and they sent it over to me. So I will be doing a review on that as well very, very soon. But I did go ahead and remove my last set with that drill and did a little soak off. So this is a fresh set. However, I am going to be popping these off so that I can bring you guys more content. As you know, the last set that I did did that set just to see the time frame of how long my nails would last, and obviously they were going to stay on until I actually took them off. So my new primer combo is definitely working. I have been using the Mia Secret Extra Bond primer, and then I have been putting the No Lift primer from Amazon on my nails. Both of those you can get from Amazon. I do have an Amazon storefront, so if you want to see all the products that I use from Amazon, you can go in my description box, and there is a link for my Amazon storefront, and you can shop up there. Now, I know I usually keep my application in real time. However, the first 2 or 3 nails are going to be sped up, and then I will be doing some real-time application on the last, I think, 2 or 3 nails. So you guys will see some real-time application and just how long it takes me to do a nail at a time, and the real-time effect of how the acrylic actually lays. So we will be seeing that in just a second. My application could be way better if I would just invest in another brush. I do need a new acrylic brush. However, I have just not gotten around to ordering one, you guys. So I am still using my old acrylic brushes that I have, and sometimes it does mess up my application. However, I'm able to work with it to the point where it's not affecting it so much that I can't actually do what I need to do. But I do plan to invest in a Kira Sky brush. That is a brush that I've been wanting for a really long time, just to test it out and see exactly what all the hype is about. So that will be my next order, or my next purchase as far as brushes go. So I'm pretty excited to get me a new acrylic brush and see how much better my application can actually come out. But so far so good. The application has been going pretty well, and y'all see exactly how it's laying. So if you have ever purchased any 876 acrylic powders, let me know down below in the comments how they work for you. What colors do you have? What's your favorite color by this brand? Let me know. Y'all, I ended up making this nail so bulky, but I do always leave my mistakes in here, and I show you all how I fix them up later. So this nail finger right here is like a complete mistake, but I did just have to go in at the end and file it a little bit more and get it to the shape that I wanted. So now we're leaving these last few fingers in real time, and y'all gonna see exactly how long it takes me to lay this acrylic and exactly what I do without it being sped up. Now for this one, I did end up switching things around, and I was using smaller beads so that the acrylic will lay a little thinner, and this worked out perfectly for me. I feel like the application came out more seamless and it just flowed easier. So I think for certain acrylic powders, it really just depends on their setting time. It depends on how easily they pull, and I don't know, for whatever reason, a smaller bead was just working for me a little bit better, and the application was coming out a lot better and a lot easier. As you can see, this lay was perfect. I also like to apply my acrylic sideways, which makes it kind of up and down. If you guys saw how I just placed it on the nail. Lately I've been doing that, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's in my head, but my application just seems to be a lot smoother when I place my beads sideways, like my brush is sideways and placing the acrylic down, versus when my brush is just I don't know, like forward. I don't know how to describe it, and I'm like kind of like how I place my brush right there. Obviously I'm gonna have to do that for the cuticle area, but when I do it to the rest of my nail, for some reason the application just isn't as great as when I place my brush down sideways. So that is something that I kind of forget to do just because of muscle memory, but I am trying to dip into laying my acrylic that way and placing my brush in that angle when I am laying my acrylic, and I just find that my application comes out better. I think maybe because when I'm laying my powder down like that, or my acrylic down like that, it's covering more nail at one time, so it's giving it less time to set, if that makes sense, and it's just an easier pull down. So I think that's it. That's what I have in my head. I'm really not sure, you guys, but it works for me, and I do find that my application comes out a lot better when I do it like that. What I've been doing to the cuticle area lately is also adding way more acrylic in the cuticle area than what I need, because when I go back to file and seal the cuticles, I end up taking a lot of product off. So lately I have been putting a little bit more product in that area than what is needed, and that's just because I do not want to accidentally overfile and have to add more acrylic at the end after filing. So it's been working for me, and I have been getting like a seamless seal on my cuticle area, and it's just been coming out really, really well. So that's another little tip that I have that has been working for me. This is going to be the last finger that I show on camera. I am going to do the thumb off camera just to save a little bit of time so that we can get into the actual nail design, which was a hot disaster to start off with. So I might speed through a little bit of that, but I am going to explain exactly what I did and what colors I used to get the French tip, and then we'll go into the bling design, which I know y'all are clearly excited about because that was my favorite part, and it came out so cute. Like, it was just so cute, y'all. Doing your pinky is already hard enough, but trying to record it and not have your other fingers in the way is like also a whole nother task in itself. But when I do my pinky, y'all, I always have to be super careful, because especially when I do the pop off method, I am just scared that the nail is going to completely pop off with all the pressure that I'm putting on it, and it's only so wide of a space that you have to work with, so it's just kind of difficult to do your pinky. I don't know if anybody else has that issue, whether it's recording, like filming, or just doing it in general, but my pinky always gives me trouble, y'all. Like, it never fails. You also want to make sure as you're bringing the acrylic down that it is staying evenly on the nail, meaning the left side has the same amount of acrylic as the right side. If you are right hand dominant, then most of the time I feel like your acrylic usually leans more towards, I think it's the left side. I can't remember. There's one side that your acrylic, and I see it on other nail techs videos, like they may not notice it, but I always notice there's a little bit more acrylic either on the left side or the right side, depending on what hand is your dominant hand. It's really weird, and I really think it's just how you hold your how you're holding your the hand that you're doing, and maybe the shift of the acrylic is going to one side. So yeah, I always like, that is a pet peeve of mine, and I even do it, I do it all the time. Like there's always more, I feel like there's always more acrylic on my left side of my nail when my hand is facing me like this. There always seems to be more acrylic at the tip of my nail on the left side. So I always have to like over file a little bit to make it even, but that is something to look out for. I don't know if anybody else notices it, but I definitely notice it. I was really in love with the application of this acrylic. Obviously, I always really like 876 nails acrylic powders. This was a new shade. I don't typically use shades like this, but it was just like giving real luxury. Like, I don't know, I felt like I was supposed to go to the office with these nails. So I am going to show you all exactly what I do when I am filing the nails, or if I need to debulk any of the nails, seeing as though sometimes I will make my nails a little bit too thick for my liking, and that is not the final finish that I want to give. So right now I am just sealing my cuticles, and as I'm sealing my cuticles, I am going over the rest of the nail just to debulk it a little bit, because I felt like the first two nails that I did were a little too thick for my liking in comparison to my thumb, which came out beautifully, and my ring finger and pinky. So I am just going to go ahead and debulk them a little bit with my 5-in-1 drill bit. Now you can purchase this drill bit off of Amazon. It is linked in my Amazon storefront. It is a Pana, I believe it's a medium grit. I have a medium and a fine grit. I used to only use my fine grit for my cuticle area. However, if you just put it on a lower speed, a medium grit will be just fine for sealing the cuticles and debulking at the very same time. If you are going to use it to debulk as well and you do not want to switch your cuticle bits, then I would definitely suggest getting a medium grit 5-in-1 bit. So remember when I said the middle finger was entirely too thick? I am just going around my cuticle area and sealing that off, and I am also again debulking the nails as I seal the cuticle. So doing it all in one step with one bit, so that I do not have to keep switching back and forth. So that is why I highly recommend getting a 5-in-1 bit. I do use other bits, however the 5-in-1 bit just works for me. I don't feel like if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and that's how I feel about my 5-in-1 bit. I do try to venture off and use other bits. I have some other bits actually coming in the mail that I ordered from Temu, I believe. If you need a discount code for Temu, I do have that also linked in my description box that you can use for 30% off for first time purchasers. And I do have a couple videos of Temu on my channel, and I have those also listed in my description box for videos that you can view after this video. Now I did leave my thumb in real time just so you guys could see about how fast or slow I've moved my hand when I am working in the cuticle area. This is a safety bit, so you are not going to cut yourself or anybody else if you're using this bit. I do get very, very, very close to the skin. Sometimes I touch my skin, just to be honest. And it doesn't bother me. However, be mindful if you are doing someone else's nails. Try not to touch their skin, but get very, very close as you can get to get a good seal on the cuticles and to make it seem as seamless as possible. You want it to look like this is your natural nail and it is growing straight out of your cuticle area. So I'm so sorry that this is out of frame. I did not mean to do that. I was just getting probably a closer look and forgot that I was filming. I tend to do this when I get back into the swing of things as far as filming is concerned, since I have not been doing it for a while. But yeah, that is what I did to my thumb, and as you can see, it looks so flawless, so beautiful. Like my application and sealing and filing, they all came out really nicely. Like they looked really good afterwards. So when I file my nails, I like to use an 8080 grit file. However, I have not ordered any more 8080 grit files just because I'm getting through the ones that I have first, and then I will order some more. No need to waste. So these are 100 grit files by 876 as well, and they work just as good. I do feel like you get a more crisp shape with 8080 grit file, and it files quicker. So if you are looking for something to file a little bit quicker, then 8080 grit Panophiles from Amazon are just as good. And those are the ones that I recommend. As far as filing, what I do is I file on the sides, and as you can see, I already did that, and then I go ahead and file the full entire nail just over the surface, because I want to make sure that everything is even. To know when it is even, the whole nail is going to turn white. You're not going to have any spots that you can see the regular acrylic powder through, meaning the regular color of the acrylic powder should not be visible. It should be all white and scuffed up. That means that you got an even file on the entire nail. Another thing I noticed when watching other people's videos is that they do not really file the top of their nails. What I mean by this is not this part. Obviously, I'm going underneath the nail right now, and I am just carving out my C curve right now and making everything seamless underneath, because you don't want any acrylic that got left over or hanging. And I'm also evening out the sides. If I have too much acrylic at the tip, I am going to even that out, and this is what I'm doing right now. However, what I was referring to as far as like the cuticle area, when you are filing like with a hand file straight up and down the nail, you want to make sure that you are hitting the area where the top of the nail is and your cuticle line, because you want that to be narrow as well. You do not want that part to be super bulky and wide in comparison to the rest of the nail. It's going to give it a weird look. In my next video, I will try to explain that more in depth, because you probably don't really get the gist of what I'm saying, but if you know, you know. I see it a lot where the top of my nail, where my thumb is hitting my other nail, that part of the nail right there is always wide on some people's nails, and they don't file that part, or they don't focus on filing that part when they are doing their filing. So I will explain that a little bit more in my next video, just to give you guys a better understanding of what I'm talking about. But that just goes into play with getting a seamless look and getting a really good file on your nails. So we're going to be unboxing, I have a lot of unboxings in this video. We're going to be unboxing this PR package. I got so many PR packages, y'all, just sitting that I have to unbox and do videos on. But this is one that I had no idea who it was from. I still honestly do not remember ever contacting them or them contacting me. I should say through my email. So I will have to double check and look. However, there were some goodies in this bag. They did send over a top coat, which I did use in this video, which I really did like. And they also gave me 2 gem glues, which I also use in this video. I don't know if I was a huge fan of them just because of the packaging that they come in. Well, the packaging itself is beautiful. I think it's super cute. This is called I believe it's called varnail.com, and these are all their socials that you can look them up. I did tag them in my last video on Instagram. If you have not liked my video on Instagram, y'all, please go like it right now. Like, stop what you're doing and go like my Instagram video, because I have just been falling off of Instagram. Like, I don't know, I don't post enough, I guess. So anyway, this is what the packaging looked like. I thought it was super cute, really sleek. It was really cute to me. I love the packaging off back. And then I'm opening it, and I thought that they were going to be nail polishes, because on the initial packaging, like the paper packaging, it did say that it was going to be, it did say nail polish on it. So that's what I thought I was getting. I thought I was getting like some type like cream gels or something, but they ended up being just some gemstone glue. So one of them I think is like sticky, where you could probably rub chrome on it and it will stick like that, and the other one is a no wipe gel. So I don't know, I ended up using the no wipe one for my stones, and that is what I adhere my rhinestones and my charms with today. This is also the top coat that it came in. Like I said, their packaging is super, super cute. Like, I really do like it, and I like the colors that they have. And this is just a clear top coat that I will also be using. Here is another PR package that I got forever ago, you guys, like forever ago. I will have to link all of these down below in the description box, because honestly, like I said, I forgot that I even had some of these sitting around. But this is cat eye gel polish, and I wanted to use these, however it was not coming out as pigmented as I needed it to be. I should have put like a base foundation on my nails of maybe black and then put this over it, but it just was not working for me. So I did end up switching to a whole entire different nail polish by Madam Glam, and it was a purple, and I like that one a lot better anyways. So finally, we are getting into the nail art and the bling. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put down some matte top coat. The main reason that I did this is because I could not find my buffers, you guys. Like, I could not find my buffers for some reason. I found them at the end of the video, obviously. Like, that always happens. But I did go ahead and use a very, very fine sanding band that I got in my Melody Susie kit. And I just smoothed over the nails like that. But just to add some extra protection, I went ahead and with a matte top coat to fill in any dips or anything like that, any scratches, so that when I laid my Frenchies down, they would go on very, very smoothly and they would not bleed. So once the matte top coat was done curing, I did go ahead and put the gel polish. This is just the cat eye gel polish. Now, it looks very pigmented probably on screen. However, it was not as pigmented as I wanted to be. It was not as dark as I want it to be. So after I do this nail, you all are going to see that I do end up mixing some Madam Glam polish with this nail polish right here, and it ends up all getting covered up anyway, so it really wasn't any need for me to even try to use the cat eye gel polish. I just had a I did not know where this vision was going. I didn't even plan to do the bling that I did towards the end. However, once I included this purple polish that you're going to see in a minute, that is what changed the whole outlook of the design that I wanted to go for. So I'm just going to speed through this part, and then I will show you all exactly what I end up doing to the nails and what I mix it with, because this cat eye gel polish just was not working for me with what I wanted to do. So this is called Purple Hero by Madam Glam, and this is what I'm going to be putting over top of this cat eye gel polish, and I will just be going ahead and mixing it with the cat eye gel polish to put on the other nails that I have not done yet. So yeah, y'all, I don't know what it was about the cat eye gel polish. It just was not giving what I really wanted for the color. Like, it was just something about it. It was kind of dull to me, so I had to brighten it up, and I know y'all love purple, so I decided to go in with purple. And yeah, that's what I did my Frenchies with, and I'm just mixing it right here, and then I will go ahead and we're gonna speed through the Frenchies really quickly, and then we'll get into the bling design. If you want to see something where I'm doing Frenchies a little slower, I do have a lot of Frenchie videos on my channel. I actually have one that I just did recently on some ducky nails, so you can go check that out. I kind of just sped through this because this really wasn't the highlight of the design, but I did want to show you all exactly how I do them and a little close up. So I face my hands outwards this way because When you are doing your Frenchies the other way, like with your hand facing yourself, like the tip is facing you, sometimes the Frenchies will not come out right. So make sure that you are hitting it from all angles and that you're seeing it from all angles, because sometimes they will look like they're straight and they'll look like they're centered, but most of the time they're not. I do end up curing these Frenchies, and then I go back and I end up making my Frenchies a little higher. So I will also include that in this video to show you all exactly what I'm talking about. I just wanted them to be, I didn't want them to be this deep, so I did go back and make my Frenchies a little higher, and yeah, they just came out, they looked a lot better once I fixed that. The best advice I can give to someone who is having trouble doing Frenchies is practice, practice, practice first and foremost, because honestly, Frenchies just came to me one day. Like literally, I think honestly, the duck nails that I just showed you guys in that picture were probably the quickest Frenchies I've ever done. I don't know what it was, but they were just coming to me like no other. I also have some Frenchies that I did on Instagram. Those came really, really easily too. So I think just lately I just got the hang of it. It's definitely a what do you call it? Muscle memory thing. Like the more you do it, the more it's just gonna come naturally to you. What I do for mine is I just make a simple little tiny line in the middle of the nail first, and then I bring it from the side to that line and from the other side to that line to make them connect, and then I just fill them in. So that is the easiest way I can tell you to start off doing them, but eventually you will have your own technique of how you do your Frenchies, and it's just going to come very, very naturally and quickly to you. Another thing that you want to do is make sure that all of your Frenchies are hitting at the same point on the nail, meaning that all of them are the same length, if that makes sense. You don't want one to be super, super high. You don't want one to be super, super low. You do want them to all be matching so that everything looks uniform. Right here is exactly what I'm talking about, just putting them side by side to make sure that they are meeting at the same point. So here is another look at how I do my Frenchies. I'm taking a line right down the middle, and then I am taking it side to side on one side and then the other side, and I am meeting at the point of the line where I just drew it, and then I am going ahead and filling it in, and that is really it. And then you're going to face your hand outwards to make sure that it looks even on both sides and that your lines are being seen on both sides as well, because that's the thing. Sometimes it will look like you can see the Frenchie lines from your view, but then when you put your hand outwards, it is not really showing on top of the nail, so you will have to pull the lines in a little bit more, if that makes sense. I hope I'm making sense while explaining this, but yeah, those are just like a little key points into how to get the perfect Frenchie. If you want to double back and go over the Frenchies with another coat of polish, you surely can do that. However, I knew at this point that I was going to be putting bling over top of all the Frenchie design, so it was really no point of adding any more polish to it. So my inspo for these nails came from Claws by Carmen. I'm sure you all follow her on Instagram. If you do have an Instagram, like her videos always go viral, and she does really, really dope nails, especially when it comes to bling. So I always see her on Instagram doing like really, really dope styles. But yeah, I got this inspo from her. However, I did switch it up and put my own twist to it, of course. And I am gonna go around the perimeter of these Frenchies and go ahead and put some flowers, and it does not have to be perfect, you guys. Just make sure that the initial outline of it is a little straight and narrow. Well, not straight and narrow, but make sure that it is outlining it perfectly. And then the rest, what you're going to fill it in with, can be just very miscellaneous. So you can put your rhinestones wherever you want to. You can add some pearls. I added pearls, and I also added some caviar beads, but that is definitely your preference and up to you what you want to add to your nails. I just added pearls because I thought that it looked really, really nicely in the photo that she had. What I also added though on some of my nails were these little diamond skulls that I have, and also I added a little fake glizzy. I'm gonna say glizzy because I don't know, I don't want to get demonetized for saying the other word, but if you know what that is, then you'll see it on my ring finger when we get to that part. So I did not do each and every nail of Bling just because it was going to be very, very repetitive, because I do the same thing on each nail. However, I will show you some differences in the nails when we get to that. And yeah, I'm gonna just let this play out for you all and let you guys enjoy the decoration that I did. once I had this whole nail put together, I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, these nails are gonna be bomb. I did put it in the lamp under the light for 30 seconds just to flash cure it. But y'all, I completely did not notice on the side of that nail that the stones had moved out of place before I cured it. So I did have to go back and fix those. I just popped them off, filed the glue off, and then reapplied the stones. And right here, you see me applying this charm, and I was just trying to see which way it should go to look the best, because if it was facing outwards, it looked better than facing inwards for some reason. So that is what I was just doing right there that you saw on camera. And then I am going to go ahead and apply, this is the same glue that I showed you all from, I think it's called varnail.com. This is the gem glue that I am using, and it actually took really well, you guys. Like when I cured it, I tried to move the stone, and it was pretty stuck in place, if you ask me. So I don't know, I would have to actually wear these for a long time to see if the charms actually stay on the nail with this glue, because I've never tried it before. My go-to glue is usually Macart gemstone glue or rhinestone glue, so that is what I use for big stones like this. However, this glue actually worked pretty decent. I'm not sure about how much it runs, but again, I will link all their info in the description box if you want to go check them out. So I accidentally stopped filming when I put that skull stone or the skull charm on my middle finger, but I did want to show you all exactly what it looks like up close and personal. I got those a long time ago from Shein, so if you are looking for them, I'm sure they have them on Shein or Temu. I don't know if I'll be able to find the link, because like I said, I purchased these over a year ago and I'm just now using them. They've been sitting in my collection for like a very long time. So yeah, this was giving kind of a like Guns and Roses type theme to me, but we were doing it with flowers and skulls and the big one that is on my ring finger, which I thought came out super cute. I thought it went very well together. Had I chose different colors, like for my Frenchies, I probably would have used the red and white flowers with this if I had to do it again, but I thought that this came out super cute as well. I just needed something to bounce off of the purple, so pink was my go-to. I didn't really want to use white, even though I think white would have looked cute, but I don't know, I'm happy with my decision on using the pink flowers, and I thought they came out really cute. So I am going ahead and I am decorating the outline of the Frenchie again, and filling it in at the tip with the same exact things that I did for my pointer finger. So I am gonna keep this on camera as well and show you guys. I don't know if I show the rest of the fingers, but I am basically just doing the same exact thing, you guys. The only thing that's different with this finger is that there is a skull in the middle of the nail, and that was just to kind of bounce off of what is on my ring finger. Small details like adding caviar beads to the middle of your flowers are going to make a huge difference. You wouldn't think that it would, but it really does. Like just small, tiny little details. I also, with any gaps that were in the miscellaneous area where I'm just adding flowers, pearls, and rhinestones, if there were any tiny gaps where I either couldn't fit the smallest rhinestone that I have or I couldn't fit a flower, I did go ahead and put the caviar beads in between those spaces just to fill the gaps. Right here, I was just trying to figure out if I wanted to add any more rhinestones or anything to the sides of the nail, but as you can see on my nails, I really kept the sides clear just because I didn't want them to be too bulky. I wanted the nail to keep its shape. So be mindful of when you are adding stones to the sides of your nail that they are not super bulky or super big, because you do not want the nail too wide and at the tip. I definitely forgot to film this part, and I think I forgot to film the last finger that I was doing like the outline of the Frenchie with the stones, but y'all saw what I did with that on the first one, and I did just want to show you all the remainder of the nails. Okay, so the middle finger I didn't do an outline of the stones going up on the nail. I just kept it plain, but the pinky I did exactly the same way as I did the pointer finger, so you didn't miss anything at all. I also added little details to the one where I had the gun charm on my ring finger. I didn't want it to be too full at the bottom just because there was already a lot going on with that nail, but that is what I added, just a couple flowers and a couple pearls. I noticed that I forgot some of the caviar beads in the middle of my flowers, so just make sure before you're complete with your look that you are checking over all of the nails to make sure that nothing is missing. And we are just going to top coat everything with the varnail.com top coat that I got. I wanted to try it out and see how glossy it was. And this is also going to complete the seal in of all of the charms that we have on the nails. I do know that some people will take a fine tip brush and they will go in between all of the stones with some top coat, which you can do. However, I did not do that today. If it was someone else's nails that I wanted them to really last, I probably would have done that. However, these are going to be popped right off, so I did not go the extra mile to do that. However, like I said, if you are doing someone else's nails and you really want those charms to stay intact, I would take a small thin liner brush of some sort and put some top coat on it and go in between each and every stone and charm that you have on the nails. Also, to make your stone shine super bright, I would recommend getting like a scrubby brush or a scrubber to go ahead and wash your nails off, like with the scrub brush and some soap, and then rinse it, and that will make your nails shine a lot more. I will also recommend doing that before top coating, just to make sure that everything is shiny for your pictures. But those are just some tips and tricks on how I get my nails to shine, or how I get my rhinestones to shine. These are just your regular standard AB crystals. They are not like any Preciosa, I think that's how you pronounce it, or Blue Street crystals. However, I would love to get some Blue Street crystals in the near future. I just have not had the money to afford it right now, but they are super blinged out, and I think these did pretty well for the stones that I had. These are from Dynamic Nail Supply, and I'm just going around the cuticle area and cleaning everything up, and then I will put some cuticle oil on my nails, and that is the finished look, you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm so sorry that this video took forever to do this voiceover, but I really wanted it to be detailed and I wanted to leave a lot in this video this time. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will see y'all in the next one. I love y'all so much. Mwah. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all later.